Hey, Brother Frank here. If you are seeing this video, is because you are one of our leaders in the TNT area of our Awana ministry here at Live Oak Baptist Church. We're implementing some new changes this year that you need to be aware of before our first night, which is coming up on the 15th of this month. So here we go. So this is Kids Club Leadership Information. So, the first thing that you need to be aware of is internally we are changing our name to Live Oak Kids Club. That's right now just for the TNT area, but we're just going to start calling it Kids Club. So, if you hear me say that term and not others, that's just because I am doing my own thing. One of the reasons that we are changing our format material is we want to be very, very specific in what we are teaching and how we are leading our kids. So this coming year, we have this particular theme based on identity and purpose. So, and you could read this here. So we want to teach our kids we can know our identity is found in the Father and know that He gives us our purpose for living. Now, I don't have this written anywhere, but we would love for you to teach this to our kids throughout the year. And during our council time, we will be emphasizing our identity and our purpose for Christ. And as you go through the material this coming year, you will see how that reflects this purpose or this vision statement with our. So first you see here is our Kids Club Leader Guide. You will have a notebook with these guides in them. There'll be 2 per page, and they look like this. I know on the video it's hard to see, but it will make sense once you get your actual copy. So here is a larger version of that, and this is the copy that is just for the leaders. And it's broken down like this. First, you'll see that the week is identified, week 2. We don't have the specific date because our intention is to have a 3-year curriculum, and so it will be different all the time. So when you're in your handbook time, first we're going to ask you to open in prayer, and then you will review the verse from the week before. Now, obviously, on the first night, you'll have the first verse, but so we have the verse from last week listed, and you will review that with all your kids, and then you will learn them the new verse. That's not proper English, but hey, it sounds cool. So they will learn this verse. So you have last week's verse, and then this week's verse. This section right here is going to be just a little bit of information or maybe even devotional type of stuff. We are starting off the year with just the principles from the purpose-driven life. So here is you are created to worship, you are planned for God's pleasure. And there's some information there that you can teach the kids while you're in handbook time. We also included some questions that you can ask them during that, and then ideas about, well, sometimes we'll have like a tangible idea where you could play a game or do something with them. Here is the 9 expressions of worship on the next page. And as I'm reading that, I just realized that I didn't include that in this book, but I will get that for you guys as well real soon. Then you have an opportunity to do a memory verse game. Nicole has all that information for you, so you could see her for that. And then at the end, as time allows, we would like to have a powwow prayer time. And that simply is something very simple. You could ask the kids, what are the crazy things that like took your breath away? Pow! Out of their life. Maybe some bad things that you need to pray for, or some disappointing things they need prayer for. And then share some of the exciting things that God is doing in their life. And you take those prayer requests as well. So that is the powwow time. So the handbook time pretty much is consistent in everything here. Opening in prayer, remembering last week's verse, going over this week's verse, and learning that. A short devotional time, some interaction time, a little bit of tangible time. Memory verse game to help them remember that verse, and then a prayer time after that. Now for the kids, they will have a handout. It will be on 1 sheet of paper, and all the verses for the entire year are listed on this. This is a front and back. This is just a copy of both of those pages. So let me look at one particular page to let you see what it looks like. So you will see here that the week 1 through 16 is listed on this one piece of paper. So they have access to every single verse, what we've learned, what we will learn. And if you will notice real quick, after we go through the purpose-driven life verses, we are learning the entire book of First Psalm. So they will actually learn the entire Psalm week by week. One other thing that is included in every year's program materials will be the plan of salvation, and where they will actually learn the Romans Road and what questions they can ask their friends as well. On the back side of their form, they have this stuff. So you will see here the rest of those salvation series questions, and then these other verses. The second half of the year, they're going to be learning the verses about the armor of God. So they'll learn that entire passage as well. At the bottom of the sheet, I've listed the Old Testament books and the New Testament books. So one thing that we always want to teach our kids is how to go through the entire Bible and learning all the Bible verses and things like that. So when there's extra time, we could do some Bible drills and stuff, and I will tell you about that in just a second. Also, I've listed on here, this is a new form or a new tactic, I guess, or style to share Christ. And we're going to teach our kids this every year. It's the 3 circles. So it is on there as a reference form. And Miss Nicole and I will actually be teaching that to the kids during council time. So you don't need to worry necessarily about that right there, but it was listed on there so they can have that as a reference point. Point sheets. So I don't have an example of this just yet, but we will for that night. One of the changes that we're making in the TNT age kids in Awana, and of course we're calling it Kids Club now, is that we're moving to a point reward system rather than a reward system where they're getting jewels and crowns and all that kind of stuff. And there will be a point sheet with some standard numbers listed on it. So if they come, they get a certain amount of points. If they bring their Bible, they get a certain amount of points. If they bring back their actual handout, they get some points. If they bring a visitor, they will get points. When we start collecting things for the kids who need food, we start collecting food items, they'll get points for that. And all that stuff will be calculated, and they will be able to use those points and turn them into money, basically, and receive things at the Awana store that we will be doing. And we'll be promoting that and talking about that a lot more in the coming weeks. Miss Caroline is going to be working with you on that, and so I'm sure I know there will be a learning curve and how all that works. So don't stress over that. We're going to help you through that as well. So I mentioned earlier that we have Bibles in your classroom, and wherever you are doing your handbook time, there'll be a set of these Bibles. They're blue, look just like this, and they will be able to use them for Bible drill time. This is a fun way to help the kids learn the books in the Bible. And you just do the whole, attention, present Bible, put your hand in your Bible like this, and say Romans, and then go. And you'll have the kids find Romans in the Bible, and the first one that gets it, I guess, may get a prize. I don't know. I don't know how you want to do that, but I'm having there it is. I'm having a hard time finding Romans. Boom, found it. And you'll be able to use that, do a Bible drill time to look up verses, to find books of the Bible. You could do things like find Romans and tell me the book before Romans and the book after Romans. And so they would say Acts, Romans, 1 Corinthians, things like that. Just really cool tools to help the kids learn this year. So this curriculum, we hope to be very, very purposeful, very, very intentional, and we hope that our kids will learn the verses and retain them a lot better than the Awana program. Again, nothing against the Awana program. We're just taking a different approach. Thank you so much for listening and watching this 9 minute, oh, that's 10-minute video, and for being willing to give up your Sunday evenings and invest in the lives of children. I believe you will get a special reward in heaven. And if you have any questions, please see Miss Nicole, who's running this show, or find me as I'm running around doing all kinds of things on Sunday night. Love you guys. Praying for you. We're going to have an amazing year at Kids Club here at Live Oak Baptist Church.